Hello, and welcome to another episode of This, That, and the Other. I'm going to be discussing an item that my parents acquired when we were living in Okinawa. They're glass floats for fishing boats. And I got some pictures and some information on them from Wikipedia. And here's one with a net around it. And this right here is one without the net. And one that was found on a beach in Japan. And here's a picture of a bunch of large glass fishing floats right here. And a little information that I acquired from Wikipedia. Glass fishing floats, or Japanese glass fishing floats, are popular collector's items. They were once used by fishermen in many parts of the world to keep their fishing nets as well as long lines or drop lines afloat. Norway was the first country to start production and use of glass fishing floats around 1840, many of which can still be found in local boathouses. Christopher Fay, a Norwegian merchant from Bergen, is credited for the invention. The first time these modern glass fishing floats are mentioned is in the production registry for Hedelands Glasverk in 1842. The registry shows that this is a new type of production. The earliest evidence of glass floats being used by fishermen comes from Norway in 1844, where glass floats were on gill nets in the great cod fisheries in Lofoten. By the 1840s, glass had replaced wood or cork throughout much of Europe, Russia, North America, and Japan. Japan started using the glass floats as early as 1810. Today, most of the remaining glass floats originate in Japan because it had a large deep-sea fishing industry, which make extensive use of floats, some made by Taiwan, Korea, and China. In Japanese, the floats are variably known as yukidama, otherwise known as boy balls, B-U-O-Y balls. Glass floats have since been replaced by aluminum, plastic, or styrofoam. The earliest floats, including most Japanese glass fishing floats, were handmade by glassblower. Recycled glass, especially old sake bottles, were typically used, and air bubbles in the process are a result of the rapid recycling process. After being blown, floats were removed from the blowpipe and sealed with a button of melted glass before being placed in the cooling oven. Today, most of the glass floats remaining in the ocean are stuck in a circular pattern of ocean currents in the North Pacific. Once a float lands on a beach, it may roll in the surf and become etched by sand. Many glass floats show distinctive wear patterns from the corrosive forces of sand, sun, and salt water. When old netting breaks off of a float, its pattern often remains on the surface of the glass where the glass was protected under the netting. Most floats are shades of green because that is the color of glass from recycled sake bottles, especially after long exposure to sunlight. However, clear, amber, aquamarine, amethyst blue, and other colors were produced. The most prized and rare colors are red or cranberry hue. They were expensive to make because gold was used to produce the color. The majority of the colored floats available for sale today are replicas, and that's what information I was able to get on the glass floats. Like I said, I would like to have shown one, but I don't know where it is right now. But anyway, that's what I was able to obtain off of Wikipedia on information and history of them. And as always, thanks for watching.